Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by the Organized Media in partnership with our excellent friends over at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Thursday morning. We're almost through another week, the 7th of August, a week into the month. Years flying by, the summer's flying by, everything's going really fast, but we're making a lot of progress and so many cool things to talk about today. Shout out BitFlow. We got Diego coming to talk to us about what's new coming from bitflow.finance. Really excited. We'll have him in a minute. And friendly reminder, guys, as always, this is a news show. We're providing news and information. We're connecting our community, our builders, and our applications. We're letting you guys know what's going on. We do talk about price and things related to financial nature, but we're not providing financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. I can't stress that enough. I do not ever want to see our users, our community, our friends get hurt. Don't rush in, don't rush out. Always use your head and have a plan ahead of time. That's the way to do that. Let me actually get the numbers this morning. No, that's not the one I want to do. That's the one. Wow. Okay. That's really cool. I didn't realize we were. Looks like Bitcoin's doing okay this morning, coming in at 116,437. It's up 2% on the day. Ethereum's ripping up almost 7%. That's great. Let's see what Stacks is doing. Stacks moving up to number 68. Nice little bump, up like 6% to 72 cents. Looking okay. That's not too shabby at all. And Fear and Greed Index ticking up a little bit from 52 yesterday to 54, still in that neutral range. And the top three gainers on CoinMarketCap for the last 24 hours are Pendle, Pengu, Pudgy Penguins, and Virtual. You got Athena, Conflux going on. Guys, when you stack your stacks, you earn native Bitcoin. SBTC is programmable Bitcoin for being deployed into a real Bitcoin-focused DeFi ecosystem on Stacks. Stacks has fast, low-fee transactions, proof of transfer security with Bitcoin finality, and real Bitcoin rewards, and now programmable Bitcoin functionality. Stacks is where it's at. Tell your friends. In the amazing Stacks ecosystem, we have, oops, that's not what I'm trying to do. Oops. Slow today. Every day it's just nonstop. I've been going since 6 o'clock this morning. Hermetica's got 10% APY on dollar stable coins with over $6 million total value locked in the platform. That's right. You can earn 10% on a Bitcoin-backed dollar stable coin over at hermetica.fi. That is amazing. You can also use that USDH throughout DeFi in Stacks as well. Over at Stacking DAO, why are my buttons doing weird stuff? Got something wrong here. There we go. Oh, why is this doing that? I did something. Anyway. Here we go. Over at Stacking DAO, you can earn 8.99% on your STX with liquid stacking STSTX. You can earn 8.73% in SBTC yield or 9.29% yield with native stacking rewards over at Stacking DAO this morning. Why is my thing being weird? Like my cursor is being weird. I don't know what's going on. All right. Over at Zest, you can get 4% by lending out your SBTC. You can get 4% on Bitcoin by bringing it over to Stacks and SBTC and deploying it into lending it out on Zest protocol. You can get 3% on your STX. And then when you lend it out, you can actually borrow against that as collateral. Check out Zest protocol now. And over at BitFlow, you're getting the best swap rates by aggregating all of the best swaps. You can do a ton of work. You can get into the pools. You got awesome liquidity pools. You got flex pools where you can actually pool your STSTX and STX with no impermanent loss. Drop it in the pools. You've gotten some crazy yields on some of these things over at BitFlow. Great time to be here. Oh, I didn't have all of that on there because it changed the page, but that's okay. Head over to bitflow.finance. Great stuff going on. And at SDX Tools, STX Tools is the place to go if you're looking to do your own research and learn about tokens and tokenomics and what the status is on the pools or tokens going on at Stacks. The top 3 gainers on STX Tools this morning are SAI, PEGI, and UAP. Got lots of things running on Stacks this morning. 16% on SAI. Dang, I dropped some SAI on that space yesterday. I should have waited till today. It would have been worth more. In the news, let me get the organized calendar up. The organized news. Lots happening in the news today. Guys, if you're not following, turn on notifications. We post this news every day. It's got a lot of information, a lot of what's going on in the broader macro space, a lot of what's going on in the Stacks ecosystem every day. And we're looking to add more to it. If you've got stuff you want to let the community know about, let us know. We'll put it on the show. We'll put it in the thread. We're looking to help everybody in Stacks and beyond. Anyone building on Bitcoin, actually. The UK greenlights retail crypto ETNs. UK's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, has officially lifted its ban on crypto exchange traded notes, ETNs, for retail investors. Starting October 8th, individuals will be allowed to buy regulated Bitcoin and Ethereum ETNs listed on the London Stock Exchange. Industry players like Fidelity, Invesco, and 21 Shares are preparing listings while leveraged ETNs remain off limits. This move is widely seen as a major shift in the UK stance on crypto exposure for individual investors, with many calling it a pivotal moment for digital asset adoption. This is huge. This is akin to the US opening spot ETFs back in January. And we've seen where we've gone since then. Not going to be linear, but it's coming. They got to fund all of those ETNs. Very interesting to see how that'll shake out. Hong Kong stablecoin KYC crackdown sparks industry alarm. Hong Kong's new stablecoin ordinance, which went into effect on August 1st, mandates that all stablecoin holders, regardless of wallet anonymity or location, undergo identity verification. The law also limits licensing to only a handful of providers, many of them based on mainland China. Industry leaders and privacy advocates argue this sweeping KYC framework could significantly reduce stablecoin usage and push developers away from the region. Critics say the regulations undermine Hong Kong's reputation as a forward-thinking fintech hub. It'll be interesting to see how all this shakes out, really. Trump to open 401ks to crypto and alternatives. We talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago. President Trump is preparing to sign an executive order directing the U.S. Department of Labor and SEC to make it easier for 401k retirement plans to include crypto and alternative assets like private equity and real estate. According to Bloomberg and administration sources, the move could unlock vast amounts of capital, giving everyday Americans access to digital assets within tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Financial institutions are preparing to adjust plan structures to comply with the new guidelines once finalized. CFTC proposal would bring spot crypto to futures exchanges. More demand. Just another thing adding demand for crypto. The U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission is pushing forward with a plan to allow spot crypto trading on designated contract markets, DCMs, regulated futures exchanges. A public comment window is open until August 18th. If implemented, crypto spot contracts like BTC and ETH could soon trade directly on platforms like CME. The proposal is part of the CFTC's broader crypto sprint, aiming to modernize commodities regulation and establish a clear federally regulated pathway for crypto spot markets. Ethereum hits all-time high in on-chain activity. This is interesting too. Ethereum has set a new record for daily on-chain activity, averaging 1.74 million transactions per day over the past week, beating the 2021 peak. The surge is largely driven by layer 2 growth, increased stablecoin usage, and DeFi-related treasury transfers. Analysts note the divergence between ETH's surging utility and its relatively flat price, suggesting the network is entering a new phase of adoption, the metrics reflecting growing real-world demand for Ethereum infrastructure, even amid broader market uncertainty. Bitcoin holds 114K as bulls watch for a breakout. It's actually over 116 now, looking really good. Bitcoin stabilizing above 114.5 and showing signs of building momentum. Analysts say a clean break above the 115K level could trigger, we've already got that, could trigger the next leg of bullish movement. With institutional inflows resuming after a brief pause, technical indicators suggest strong support in the 112 to 114K zone, with rising open interest and funding rates pointing to positive sentiment. BTC dominance has also ticked upward slightly as investors rotate back into blue chip assets amid altcoin volatility. We got to see how it closes the week, in my opinion. We still have a little work to do. Like, it could tease, if we set a little bit of a wick high, but we still come back down and test that 12K range, and there it's still not going to be as clear. But if we stay where it is right now and hold it through the weekend, things will be looking okay. Roman Tornado Cash. Where's that one? Altcoins pump. I don't think I got the memo there. Hold on. I had a Tornado Cash. They gave me two different stories here. Well, I have a story about Tornado Cash. It's not on the post. So we'll just skip to that flows on screen. But I'm going to tell you about Tornado Cash. Roman Storm, co-developer of the crypto privacy protocol Tornado Cash, was found guilty of operating an unlicensed money transmission business. However, the judge declared a mistrial on charges related to money laundering and sanctions violations. The case is being watched closely by privacy advocates and open source developers, as it could set precedent for liability in decentralized protocols. Storm remains out on $2 million bail and expected to appeal the conviction. On August 6th, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced a net inflow of $38.2 million, snapping a multi-day lull in activity. BlackRock's IBIT led the surge with an inflow of $14.8 million, signaling revived institutional appetite. Ethereum spot ETFs also recorded net inflows totaling $4.2 million. Fidelity's ETH ETF brought in the most at $2.1 million, followed by Bitwise with $1.3 million. Analysts note the trend suggests cautious but steady positioning ahead of potential macro volatility. I will tell you, it's like these are still net inflows, but it's definitely waning what's coming in inflows on the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs right now. It's inflows, net inflows, but it's not as volatile. It's not as heavy inflows as it was the last really like 2 months prior. Zero authority bounties. Guys, if you're not, shout out Stacking DAO. Stack your stacks with Stacking DAO and earn up to 10% yield on your STX. And it's true that BitFlow Finance is the top DEX on stacks, but it's so much more than a decentralized exchange. It's a, what did I do? I hit the link. That's what I did. It's a Bitcoin-centric giga platform, constantly shipping new ways to engage in Bitcoin DeFi. I'll be talking to Diego about that soon. Bounty board is lit. There are 10 live bounties over at Zero Authority DAO right now. If you're not participating, you need to get over there. Zero Authority's permissionless bounty board with prizes paid in stacks and other meme tokens and reputation across the stacks ecosystem. Highlights today include Flat Earth X STX AI, Creative and AI crossover, Rue Mob bounty, community meme coin, art returns, UAP X Leo X meme collab, meme on meme, violence is encouraged, proof of flatness, build the identity layer for Flat Earth, an AI Guild logo bounty branding challenge for a growing dev group. All bounties are open to pseudonymous builders. Pseudonymous builders, no permission needed. Just create, submit, and earn. But it does help to have a BNS ID on there. That is the news. Let me just quickly shout out our amazing marketing partners. We are so blessed. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums and users start earning rewards immediately. So there are zero switching costs when moving to other stacking pools. Am I not sharing? Oh, that whole time. Don't tell me. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. Want to start earning yields today? You head on over to Stacking DAO and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. Actually, I was sharing. I just didn't realize what I was doing. I need a producer. BitFlow is the top DEX on stacks, letting you trade native BTC, STX, USDC, SBTC, runes, and more all in one place by aggregating prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar, all of the best prices. Recently, BitFlow rolled out flex pools launching with STX to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. Get started over at bitflow.finance today. We are going to bring on the homie. Good morning, GP. How you doing today, my brother?
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Peace. How are you
I'm doing good. Is that a Clarity Code Collective t-shirt?
That is, dude. That is. Big shout out to Lord Rosar for giving me this shirt back in the G whenever we were in
I have one, but
Vegas,
it's too small for me, so I gave it to my daughter.
Man, you know, this just barely fits, but the neck feels like it's like right. Like, you know, I need to get some new graphic tees, man. GP needs, like, he's always at his desk 100% of the day.
How many times am I going to wear the Goonies t-shirt on the show? It's like.
So I busted this one out to see if it works. And
you know what? What I need, actually, I need some BitFlow merch. Let me actually Diego.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think I know who's going to be able to help me get some BitFlow merch. What's up, Diego? How you doing today?
Good morning. Oh man, I always get this, but you know what?
I know.
You know what we need to do is just like everybody that has merch from these multiple events, we send it to a 3PL, like a warehouse that just can just ship it to anybody on demand.
That's a brilliant idea.
You can buy it with Stacks. Let's call it the Stacks merch store or something. Set up it on Shopify.
Merch Depot.
I'm not kidding. I have stuff from Nashville that my team is waiting for because they didn't make it to Nashville last year. I'm not kidding. It's like, well,
it's hard to travel to a place with a bunch of extra stuff too.
It is. It is.
Like, I get it. I understand. I was just messing with you because because
no,
I saw you in Vegas, and I thought I was going to get some BitFlow merch there,
well,
and I'd love to represent.
we do have it, but yeah, no, that's what I saw. Akava in Brazil for the Dog Summit, and then he just kind of like spread out all his merch across the table. So he had like I think he had Zest hats, he had BitFlow shirts, a bunch of stuff that people just collect, which is awesome. But yeah, we definitely need a place where you can just go in and grab it. I mean, we already paid for it. It's sitting somewhere in a box. Whatever we have left over, we could just charge some stacks for shipping, and we're good, man. We're good.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
All right.
What's new? What
Nothing much. I've been sleeping all summer.
Yeah, I know that's not true.
No, man. We, beginning of Q2, we said, hey, we know what our mission is. We set up a vision. We knew that SIP 31 was also right around the corner. And we said, hey, we're going to take the summer and we're going to go hard at it. There is no break. Many of the team members, we also met in Miami for the first time because we all work remotely. And we got down to getting this stuff, getting what you guys are starting to see now, which is, our V3 or new version of the AMM. But what we believe it's going to become the standard for, the liquidity engine behind BitFlow and behind Stacks and behind Bitcoin as well. So excited to dive in and maybe go a little bit further than we've been on Spaces with the HODL MM. It's pretty exciting. I'm not kidding. I have vivid dreams every night about it.
Nice.
I'm dreaming in shapes now. Which is interesting. I'm a very visual person, and but overall, we've been shipping, and we've been preparing now for the HODL MM, which is a little TLDR. It's a concentrated liquidity infrastructure. Some platforms you see the name DLMM or CLMM. Not all concentrated liquidity is the same. But this is very popular on Base, Uniswap V3 and V4, Meteora on Solana. And the problem,
what does concentrated liquidity mean?
Yeah. So simple terms is legacy AMMs, the one that we use now, spread your liquidity across all price ranges, right? So you allow the market to kind of shift that midpoint to where the price is based on pool composition. But what actually happens is most of the trade is happening, within a concentrated area, and the rest of the liquidity sits unused, right? With the HODL MM, allows you to concentrate liquidity where more trades are happening. So it's a combination of the order books style, where you can say, I am willing to sell this token for this amount, and then it combines the AMM. So think a bunch of micro order books inside a automated market making, right? So it allows for people, there's a few benefits, of course, but higher yields, because as an LP, you're concentrated your liquidity to the range that people are actually trading. So you get more trades and more yield for less capital. So it's way more efficient. And then for the trader, slippage free, like zero slippage if you're trading within one of those bins, one of those order books, right?
That's awesome.
So if I have, let's just say $3 million across the whole pool, but you break that down into 3,000 bins, right? And now each of those bins have different price sets. So if you're swapping within those prices within that bin, if that bin is still filled, then you're going to get zero slippage, because basically I'm saying on a contract level, I'm willing to sell some stacks for you for 90 cents, period, right? And then you have multiple bins the same way we have multi-hops that just kind of like rebalances. But overall, more control, more yield. And this allows for a bunch of advanced trading features. It allows for market making grade level strategies as well. And it allows for
like
us
limit orders and that kind of thing.
limit orders. Yep. DCA within, like by providing liquidity, you can also DCA by providing single-sided liquidity. Let's say you want to buy USDC with Bitcoin. You can add Bitcoin to just one side, and then you can choose the range that you're willing to sell your Bitcoin for, right? So let's just say
it'll actually balance the pool based on the price action, what that you program in.
Exactly. So by the time it hits that point, it starts trading your bin, your assets in that bin, Bitcoin for USDC at that price range. So it's a way to DCA in and also DCA out. And then you have a bunch of shape strategies and different ways where you spread the liquidity. And I can show you visuals as well. I think I'm a visual person. It helps me understand this.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a visual medium, and I don't make it better. So thank God you're here. I want to shout out 300 in the audience, and also I just want to shout out. I mean, not in the audience, on stage in the house. Hero Gamer says in the live chat, he's got something for you today, Diego. I'm not sure what that is. And he's also saying that Hunter needs to update his PFP, but he's new on the platform, and I haven't gone through showing him how to put up his icon there. So we'll cut him some slack today. How you doing today, Hunter? Are you with us? He might be tied up with stuff. Yeah, Diego, what do you want to show? Oh, whatever you want to show us, man.
Yeah, no, I think so we did this. I'll show you the preview of what it looks like, but we also did some simulations with the shape strategy, which helped me and helped the design team and helped the engineers kind of understand how this roll. Not many people have experience with CLMM. It is a tool that requires more management because as you provide liquidity within a price range, the price changes, right? So if I'm just quickly example here, I'm doing USDC and Bitcoin, and I choose to provide liquidity within 105 and 120K. And then Bitcoin is at 125, so that's out of my range. I need to move my liquidity towards that range as well. But it also gives an opportunity for LPs to see where there's not enough liquidity, like which price bins, as we call it, doesn't have enough liquidity, but there's demand, right? So, I'll give you an example. If you notice that Bitcoin is running between the 50 and 200-day moving average, between that, maybe there's not enough liquidity, or maybe there's not enough liquidity at 125K, and you can put 125K expecting that Bitcoin hits that. So you're going to be making more and more yield by keeping your money active, right? So essentially, you are able to deploy, numbers vary, but 10, 15 times less liquidity by concentrating on a specific range and freeing you up to provide liquidity on other pools as well. But so when we call a bin, think of a bin as a micro pool, right? So we have 30 pools on Bitflow. Imagine all these pools combined, and the price action is moving from one micro pool to the other. And these bins are holding both tokens at a certain price level, right? So some of these concentrated liquidity have 14, 20, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 20,000 bins. And these bins are basically a micro pool. And between these bins, you have the price difference. And these bins can be maybe 1 basis points, maybe it can be half a basis point. So you go from $1 to 101 to 102 to 103 and 4. So it's very, very fragmented in a good way. that allows you to like really look at it and be like, oh, I want to provide liquidity at this price range. And also when you're selling, so you're saying I'm willing to sell my Leo token when it hits this price, right? Because we have to remember that by providing liquidity, you are swapping. You're constantly swapping. That's what's happening with your assets, right? A liquidity pool is never 50-50. Based on demand, the pool composition changes. So that, like with single-sided liquidity, I can come in with just stacks. And then by the time I provide liquidity and I remove it, I'm going to get stacks and ST stacks. So it is a swap. A lot of people use providing liquidity as a way to swap. So maybe if the pool composition is, 60-40, it means that you're going to get, more of FT stacks. So that's a good swap rate. So you just go in and you add this stack. So there's multiple ways to do it. Is it possible to share screen here?
Yes, you should see a screen share button, and or it should be hotkey H if you don't have the button.
Yeah, I can see it. Let me just all right. Let me know if you guys are seeing it.
Yep, it's up there.
All right. So this is the alpha of the alpha because this is the latest design. But basically, you have this is sort of your pool view, right? And you have your positions, add positions. You can also swap within that pool. So this is also going to become our new pool standard page as well. And then you have all your activity here, right? So when you're adding position differently from the current AMM, you choose the amount, and that could be auto filled, meaning, two-sided, or it could be single-sided liquidity. And then you choose what we call a volatility strategy, right? So it's basically how you want to distribute your tokens across the pool, right? Usually you have spot, you have curve, you have bid and ask, and these are different strategies that you can stack for various reasons. Spot is a flat distribution across all bins within that range, and this is usually good for stable coins, for example, right? But then you also have curve, where you start, where the price point is, and you decrease the amount of liquidity to the left and to the right of that price point. And then you have bid ask, which is the opposite, right? Inverted V shape as well. Usually these terms doesn't mean a lot to people unless you can visualize it. And that's where we go into our visual tools. So you set a price range, right? So that's what I'm talking about when we concentrate liquidity. The way that Bitflow is doing it is we're going to be showing you the price graph, right? Over X amount of period, whatever you decide, 1 day, 1 week, 30 days, 1 year, whatever it is. And this is basically the volatility index, right? How far is this token moving up? How far is this token moving up? In this case, what is the high of Bitcoin? What is the low of Bitcoin in the last 30 days? And then you can drag and drop these sliders to define which range of the price you want to provide liquidity, right? And what you're basically seeing here is to the right, you have Bitcoin. To the left, you have USDC. So this on the right here it's a volume, it's a VP type of chart, but it's actually showing you the liquidity in the pool, right? So this is showing that there's a lot of liquidity here for USDC near the price point, but there's not a lot of liquidity here on BTC. So maybe as an LP, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to concentrate my liquidity there. Or maybe you're seeing, hey, Bitcoin hit 97, 98K. I think it may go down a little bit. I'm going to drag it or change the minimum and maximum price here. I'm going to provide liquidity in this range because there's not a lot of liquidity within that price bin or price action, right? And this gives users way more control. And you can see the middle line here is basically whatever the current pool price is, right? So you can be concerned.
If I'm looking at adding liquidity,
yep,
and why would I target a zone where there is less liquidity being provided? Is that because then I'm more likely to get the fees in that bucket when trading goes there?
So you increase your share of the participation within that bucket, within that bin, and you are more likely to get more yield than, on a bin that has a lot of liquidity. So it's a percentage of the fees that's being traded, right? So let's say Bitcoin is at 113 and there's a lot of liquidity here, but you think Bitcoin is going to go past 120. You can provide liquidity between 115 and 120, and you're going to be getting most of the trading, most of the fees in that range as well, right? And you have multiple ways of doing this, by a chart, by ranges, right? You say, hey, I want to be within 5% of the current price. I want to be within 8% of the current price. And as you change these, including the amount that you're adding, it's automatically calculating what the projected APR is, right? So you can imagine what happens is, even as you're adding, maybe the price of Bitcoin is going up or down, right? And you can kind of move these around. So this sort of position management also applies when you're adding or when you're removing liquidity, right? Imagine that you say, okay, I have, in this example here, I have added 25,000 of USDC and 25,000 of USDC between 106 and 119K, right? And you say, you know what? I want to remove it, right? I want to remove liquidity. I want to remove 50% of my liquidity, but I don't want to remove it from all. I'm just going to drag and choose or type which range I want to move liquidity from, So you're like, oh, Bitcoin is, nothing's really happened below, 110. So you can drag and drop and choose to remove liquidity just within those bins of, 105 to 106, right? So that's one example, right? And I think,
this is crazy. This is super, super detailed. Really awesome stuff, man. And Orange, real quick, Orange was late. He wasn't here for this, so he's saying that. Orange, ask your questions.
So yeah, hi Diego. Good morning.
Hello.
So I just came in and I see this, and it's very fascinating because I'm not aware of anything that is currently on the market, both for stacks or any other L1 or L2. So is this something new, or am I just not aware of it?
This is something better. Concentrated liquidity has become sort of the norm on Hyper, Meteora, Solana, Uniswap V3 and V4. This is a better version of concentrated liquidity. Not all concentrated liquidity are the same. We have a few features that allows automation. That's where BitFlow Keepers comes in, because it can manage your position, reposition your liquidity, and there's nothing like this on Bitcoin. So the name HODL comes, it's high throughput, order book style, decentralized liquidity market maker. But the reason is these are assets you want to hold, right? So if you're holding on to Bitcoin, you want to have that granular control of where you're providing liquidity. And with LP, it may be, you can DCA into another token. You can sort of like limit order. And you can do multiple. You can stack as well. You can say, I want to add liquidity between this range, and I want to add liquidity between this range, and I want to have different distributions based on these ranges, right?
Okay. So if I'm understanding this correctly, is this something you have to manage continuous yourself? Or is this also automated when you press one of the three options like spot, curve?
Yeah, so the presets itself is predefined, but concentrated liquidity does require ongoing maintenance, right? Depending on the strategy that you're choosing, it can be weekly. Depending on the volume, it could be daily. Depending if it's a stable coin, maybe you come back once a month. And that is one of the pain points across concentrated liquidity in other ecosystems. And that's why we have AI agents. On Meteora, we had Hustle AI yesterday we talked about Satoshi. And then we have Bitflow Keepers. We've been talking about Bitflow Keepers for a while, but basically it's your smart wallet. And what we're doing is not AI, but we're allowing you to do automated strategies. There's going to be a few features that it's going to be available from day one, but the idea is to help us, mortal human beings, manage this liquidity without having to log in every time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that is definitely super helpful, and I think that's what makes it different as well from others concentrated liquidity engines that exist out there, right? I have this, visual chart here. We all know what let me open up again.
Hold on. I'll put that back up.
Is that up?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So think of, this is basically how you distribute liquidity. And imagine that these are bins, right? So I can choose to say, hey, I want to distribute a uniform across all bins, or maybe I want to do a curve, right? This is the white one is the price point. Imagine that Bitcoin is at 113. So you do a curve where, to the left and to the right of that price, you start decreasing the amount you provide. So you're providing more liquidity within that bell shape. And then you also have stuff like bid ask, which you providing to the boundaries, right? So you're saying this is a volatile token. If it goes to the left, I increase the amount of liquidity I provide. If it goes to the right, I increase the amount of liquidity I provide. And here's one example of a visualizer tool. Let's imagine that I'm providing a curve liquidity. I'm looking at the price of Bitcoin here in the last 30 days, right? And then I am choosing to say, I want to provide liquidity, between 105 and 118, right? So you can kind of see the bins here, right? So you can see that the price point right now, Bitcoin is around 114. And I'm providing liquidity in a bell shape around this price range, right? So this allows for very granular control, and that's where the visual comes in. That's where the visual comes in with these charts. And then maybe you want to do a bid ask. You're saying, this is the price point. I want to provide less liquidity where the price is and more liquidity towards the edge, up or down. And you can kind of choose this range, right? And you can choose this range. And you can say, you know what, I'm going to provide liquidity within this range. And you can kind of see, let me go to a curve here. You can kind of see how this bell-shaped curve changes based on where the price is. So there's multiple ways to do it. But, you can be more conservative and say, you know what, I want to provide liquidity very close to the price point that it is right now. And I'm happy. Or maybe you say, hey, let me look at the 90 days. Look, Bitcoin was down there. So maybe I need to increase, my range, right? And I want to increase my range. And now you're providing liquidity within this range. And that could be maybe a curve, or maybe it can be a spot where I'm providing liquidity across bins, equal form. Like I said, it could be a bid ask and so forth. So as I'm moving these, you can see how the price point and the middle point also moves. So this helps people visualize at what range they want to provide liquidity for whatever reasons. And then as the price move, you can also move your range to say, you know what, I think Bitcoin is going to go down a little bit. I want to provide most of my liquidity around, 110 and, 114. Right? Or maybe I want to provide liquidity between 99 and, and 116. So you can kind of start changing these. And this is a good way to visualize the bins. Think about you have most of the liquidity in the middle and then a little bit less liquidity in these price bins. So let's say this is Bitcoin at 114. Then I'm going to provide a little bit of liquidity at Bitcoin at 113, 113.2, and the same way on the other side. And the difference between the bins are they change, but it can be 10 basis points. It can be 1%. It can be 0.5%. It can be 5 basis points. So maybe it's like, stacks at 90 cents, 90 cents in one, 90 cents in two, 90 cents in three, or it can be 91 cents, 92 cents, 94 cents, and so forth. So that's kind of what we're doing here with the visual.
So another piece to this is that it gives you, there's all sorts of market data that this actually makes available, and on the back end as well, because you get to see what people are expecting the market to do.
Exactly.
It's awesome. This really is awesome stuff, man.
I've got a couple of questions if we still have time.
Sure. We have time until the game master gets here, man.
So it looks amazing, but there are three things that are come to mind for me as a user. The first thing is it's a lot. So when I see it, it's like paralysis for the choices I can make.
It could be a little overwhelming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the two things that I'm thinking of is, one, because we have the AI agents, we have AI in general, is it possible that there is something where it provides you with what is the most effective or efficient way for you to put the liquidity in? So
yes.
It shows you. And also for you guys, of course, if you need liquidity for a certain price point, can you also, it's not manipulating it, but also given advice for, we advise you to put it at this level so that we benefit from it as well?
Yes. So there's a couple things to that. Yes, we want AI agents to plug into this. The concentrated liquidity engine that we're building is going to be integrated into BitFlow's SDK and API, which is how builders like Xverse, Leather, Zest, and so forth are using BitFlow. And also how market makers and large liquidity providers and institutions are managing liquidity. It's all via API, so they need all this fancy tooling and these fancy settings. Once we have this complex engine built, then we start scaling it down and making it user friendly for our own front end, right? So our back end is fully decentralized. Anybody can build upon and build other cool things. And then that's where BitFlow Keepers comes in. And not to confuse with AI agents, Keepers are automation. It's BitFlow automation layer, right? So what it basically does is you have this smart wallet. We already have this in action. If you go to BitFlow right now and you start DCAing, right? You want to do a dollar costing average from USDC to stacks. And you say, I want to buy stacks every 12 hours for the next 10 days at this price range. That is our automation service doing it for you, right? We're not going in your wallet every 12 hours and taking, whatever amount of stacks to buy or whatever amount of USDs to buy stacks. That is the automation service doing it for you in a smart wallet. It's basically running a clock every X amount of hours, and it's doing the order based on your settings. So those type of automations already exist. When you swap Bitcoin to stacks on BitFlow, the automation layer is bridging, and then once it hits your smart wallet, it swaps for whatever assets you're doing. That is also an automation layer. We go a little bit further with this because, like you said, it is complex to manage. The automation layer can allow you to do position rebalancing so that when prices move out of your range. So based on your user intent, right? You said, hey, I want to provide liquidity within this range, with this shape. The automation layer is going to understand what is your intent. So based on that intent, it will rebalance your position for you. It would also send you alerts, which I think it's super important, Telegram, email, etc. It can also harvest the fee, automatically if you're staking, and then re-add that to your position. It can also identify gaps where there's a demand, there's a lot of trading activity, not enough liquidity in those bins, and move your liquidity across. And then you have range adjustments, right? Volatility, like, hey, Welsh and Leo are super volatile this week. I'm going to increase the range of my liquidity from 5 to 7 to 10%. And then you have a bunch of social metrics, trading metrics, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, RSI, ATR, etc., that can be plugged into this and say, hey, I want to provide liquidity 10% below and 10% above the 50-day moving average. Or maybe if it crosses the golden cross, 50 to 20, I want to provide liquidity between that range, right? So the automation does that. Automation, we have to remember that automation infrastructure, the automation layer is needed so that AI agents can come in and do what they do best, right? Now, on the recommendation side, as a protocol, of course, we can't make any financial advices, but we can let you know visually and by alert saying, hey, there's a lot of price action here for Leo at this range, and there's not enough liquidity. This is a good opportunity to increase your APR. Well, we basically want, like think about this. No one wakes up and be like, oh, how do I distribute my liquidity? What kind of shape strategy should I use? No one thinks about that. What you're thinking is, how do I optimize my capital? How do I make more money? How do I make more fees? How do I stack more BTC? So the end goal for us is to show you, to the user, what is the projected fee? What is the projected profit? What is the projected APR of providing liquidity within that range? So as you're moving and also maybe selecting some of these predefined strategies we want to have, it will say, hey, this is a little bit riskier, but you're making, you're projected to make this much. And then you can kind of make a decision based on those presets, right?
Awesome. Let real quick, and we're almost time for a find to earn, but I want to. Sam asked a great question. I'd love to hear the answer. Sam says, outside of Web3, what would liquidity providers? What other liquidity providers should consider keying into this, and what's the benefit for them?
So these types of tools, they exist in the traditional, capital markets, right? This is common, right? What we're seeing now is liquidity or market makers wanting, traditional market makers wanting to keep Bitcoin in their books, right? And they can only do that if they have the infrastructure and they have the tooling to be able to plug in to whatever fancy software that they're using now or API to manage their positions, to arb between cross-chain and to maybe DCA in, DCA out, text harvesting, and so forth, right? So these types of strategies exist in the market today. If you think about the futures market, international currency, this is basically how they're doing it. And Bitcoin needs better markets. And for better markets, you need better infrastructure so that we can bring these market makers to do deals directly as opposed to just OTC deals, to do these directly on chain, right? So what are the benefits? For liquidity providers is high capital efficiency, right? Meaning that you earn more fees per dollar of liquidity provided, right? So instead of deploying $1 million across the BTC and USDC pool or SBTC, you can provide 150 just within that range, right? The other thing is custom strategy. You can deploy liquidity based on volatility profile, trend predictions, any custom fee logics, social sentiment, any of the other metrics that exist, right? And then you can also reposition and do this automated in a way as well. So we're giving, like market makers all these necessary tools so that they can come in and participate in the market. And I think we talked about this, but when we look at Aerodrome, which is on Base, they have one, I think it's CBBTC. It's a wrapped version of Bitcoin, and USDC, which is also, I think, a wrapped version. It has 25 million TVL, which, it's not huge. Many of the protocols on Stacks has way more than that. But that 25 million TVL pool, because it's one of the only ways where you can go from Bitcoin to stable without KYC, it has 4 times more volume than Uniswap's liquidity pool, right? And that is not SBTC, which we all believe to be a better version, a way better synthetic version of Bitcoin. But it's because it provides the market makers a lot of good tooling. And Aerodrome is doing about 1 billion of trading a day at some days with just 1,500 traders, right? So we have to remember that
That's nuts.
It is nuts. And we have to remember that the volume of trading activity that you see across all DeFi chains, all protocols, Hyper, Uniswap, Base, Solana, 98, 95, 96, 95%, most of it is coming from less than 1,000 market makers. That's the volume you're seeing being traded. That's what causes the drip down effect, because it is a flywheel. You have better tooling, you attract liquidity, you have more liquidity, you attract market makers, you attract market makers, you attract LPs and wells, you attract wells, you attract traders, it generates more fees, and that becomes sort of the flywheel, right? So if we want to continually growing this institutional adoption and also bringing more users to Bitcoin and to Stacks, these types of infrastructure is key, or else they're going to go elsewhere. They're going to go and use the wrapped BTC version. They're going to have to do it on centralized exchanges. They're going to have to do it on other chains. And what happened is Bitcoin is sort of like leaving our ecosystem. So this is super important for market makers, to attract market makers, and also, liquidity providers that are looking to, maybe do a spot. And we're just talking about spot trading BTC and USD. But we believe that if not all, but many of the tokens are going to be paired to Bitcoin. It makes much more sense for an institution, a user, even ourselves, LPs, whatever it is, to be holding token A and Bitcoin, right. NVIDIA and Bitcoin, Tesla and Bitcoin, because then you're holding both of those in the books, and it gives you that granular control to say, hey, I'm willing to sell my NVIDIA stocks for this much BTC, right? So that's what
amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. We are actually past time into the segment for Find to Earn. I got the Game Master waiting in the wings. So we gotta segue in, but people should absolutely head over to bitflow.finance. It is the leading DEX on Stacks for a reason. There's so much stuff you guys are just cranking out and shipping all the time. Super impressed with this stuff, man. And do you got time to hang out and play with us for a little while? Want to play Find to Earn? You've done that before, right? You played Find to Earn.
I do have to jump. I had a 9:30 that I'm a bit behind, but
I could. Man, we'll have to have you back on more often, because you guys are just shipping all the time. And honestly, I think the visual, being able to walk through this, is actually going to be very helpful for the audience as well, to kind of have it click for them. So always a pleasure, man.
And I also think that last bit that you said was alpha. Like, I agree.
And let's be honest here. AI agents, market makers, machine to machine, these guys cannot wait 10, 20, 30-minute blocks. And that's where SBTC comes in. SBTC becomes the Bitcoin currency for DeFi, period. When do we rebrand it to just calling it BTC? I said, hey, we're thinking, even on our app, that's it. Like it's gonna be BTC. You hover over the mouse and you see this is an SBTC, token.
Yeah.
I think that's
We
the
need
goal.
to. That's the next step. We got to. I mean, I understand branding it differently so that because you are adding functionality and it'd be confusing if you didn't understand it. But we could talk all day. But I really do got to get into this. I'll see you in the marketing group meeting.
What happens when you send Bitcoin to a centralized exchange? It's still called Bitcoin.
It's still called Bitcoin, right?
Why we make it a more complex?
It's not your Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah, but it's still exactly. So like we can do it. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Awesome space. I hope to come back more as we move in. Join your Discord. There will be an early beta test program as well for this. And yeah, we're building out in the open.
Get into the BitFlow Discord. Get over to BitFlow Finance. Try them out. Check them out. If you haven't been using them for swaps, the flagship service is the aggregator. You get all the best swap rates at BitFlow. So start there. Thank you, Diego. Always a pleasure, my man. I'll talk to you,
Diego.
Thank you.
And now a quick word from our sponsors. It is time. The Game Master is here in his true form. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, mortals, I'm fine, as eternal sailor.
Our apologies to our audience for getting a little bit of a late start, but Diego was on a
it's
roll,
okay.
dropping some alpha to you guys. I hope you caught some of it. If you didn't, go
Yeah.
back and watch it.
No audience can wait forever until I'm dead.
That's right.
Should be on deck. Okay.
Very
Are you
good.
ready?
Yeah, let's get the show rolling. You guys know the routine. We're playing find to earn rounds where the Game Master is going to drop the rounds on the Skullcoin account on X. Rule number 1, share out the live stream. You have to share out the live stream in order to be eligible to win prizes. We have prizes sponsored by Rootcoin, LeoCoin, Bitcoin Pepe, Flat Earth, STX AI, and building on Bob today. And I believe the drone token will be joining us soon as well.
Yeah, John Token will play today also.
Oh, let's go. I wasn't sure whether we got the memo out on that early enough or not. So let's go. We got lots of games to play. Let's get the show rolling. Game Master, take it away and let us know what you want to do.
Yeah, so let's play open round and let's share the picture so people can focus on the organized show. And this round will be open, like an opening round for today games. Everyone can participate. Okay, Peace, choose the game you want to play.
Choose the game I want to play. Let's start. You know what? It's Bitcoin Pepe Thursday. Let's do B Pepe.
Okay, I drop you a BPP picture. You show it to audience, and we start from this round.
All right, let's go.
Let me find you. So that's the way how people can just focus on the pictures, on details, and we can play it.
There we go. All right.
And after this round, we'll play 2 whitelist rounds.
Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, let you guys see the image. This is the image. You're looking for the B Pepe going to work. He might be a friend of Build on Bob, actually. or build
Yeah.
on Bitcoin. So this is what you're looking for, the BPEPE. We're going to actually share Orange's screen in a minute as well. Shout out 300. I know he's having some issues with his machine this morning, getting himself on here, but I know we'll get it sorted out.
GM.
Hey, there he is.
There he is. What's up, buddy?
I think there is something wrong with the IP to join the Restream link, so I had to use VPN to get here. Maybe geolocation, I don't know. I'll diagnose it after the show. So yeah, I'm here.
I think what you were experiencing there, one of the links, like for the app, does sometimes like just time out and spin, and it doesn't join the studio. So we'll talk offline. But glad to have you here, man. And so we're looking for this BPEPE, and the round is going to be. Do you have starting coordinates, or we're going to drop the round on Skull?
I just drop on Skullcoin. The people just have advantage if they follow the show and see the details. Okay, so we launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is open game, and I preparing to what is games. We will launch to what is games simultaneously. It will be rule game and flat earth game. It will be easy game for newcomers, for people who want like 1 time, maybe 2 times maximum.
Let's go.
This round is open round for everyone. Don't forget to like and repost. Since you already saw the picture, you don't need to rush. You can like just steadily playing.
Do not forget to like and repost the game round as well. So you got to like and repost the stream, like and repost the game round. And it really is very important. You guys have been doing an excellent job of that, by the way. We're getting lots of viewers. We're getting lots of new viewers. We're getting lots of new players. And we're getting more sponsorships. So keep up the good work and help our community grow.
Peace.
Yeah,
Maybe-
since we have like a marketing call, let's hurry up, play your best a game today. Let's find all the locations.
Yeah, you guys need to hurry up and get us in, because we have that marketing group call, but it's not until 10:45, I think. Was Orange, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, but I'm dead, or I'm not dead. So the dead one speak first.
Yeah.
No, I just was wondering. I saw Diego with a BitFlow polo. Do you know if there are merch from it?
That was actually the when I introduced him, I was talking to GP. We were talking about our t-shirts, and I had actually had a conversation with Diego back in at Vegas when I was in person. I was like, "You got some merch? I want to rock some of you guys' merch." And he's like, "He's still got a box of." So when I introduced him, I was like, "There's someone that might be able to get us some. You know what we need? We need some BitFlow merch. Here's someone who might be able to help us with that." And I brought him on. So I'm due to talk to him offline about that.
Awesome. No, I'm just wondering because I love BitFlow. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I absolutely would love. I need more merch. I have a lot of merch actually from Vegas, but I don't have any BitFlow merch. I want to represent them too. You know, they're a huge part of our ecosystem. Yesterday I rocked my Stacking DAO shirt. I got Boom Wallet. I got Zero Authority shirt. I got a Fact Fund shirt. I got some BPEPE stuff. Yeah, I got a ton of stack stuff. I'll wear it.
Coin.
When Skullcoin shirt. I would love it.
It's too early. So, but one day obviously. So we have a winner. It's a Nixie BTC, and the second was Gideon Cash. The third was like Isaac, and I need all of them found the locations. Be ready. We launch the whitelist rounds, 2 whitelist rounds simultaneously, since different people will be there. And remember to like and repost these rounds too, because we just create more engagement around the fine turn and the organized show.
Yes, that is correct. And that's awesome that we're growing so much that we can fill 2 whitelist games at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone get ready. We want everyone, like, if you want to be in whitelist, be more active, comment the games, try to find the locations in open games so we see like you are a real person, you're trying to play the game. It's important.
Right. And you got to like and repost the game rounds. If you're on the whitelist and you're not engaging, then we'll have to remove you eventually.
Okay, let's launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's a
Let's
round.
go.
1000 rule. Okay, let's wait a minute. Too much players.
Still too many.
Okay, let's do it again. I will try.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go the first game and the second game.
Let's go. And make sure you like and repost the game round. The last thing we want is to see you guys lose your prize, even though you earned it because you didn't take all the proper steps. And if you're not a whitelist player, you should still be liking and reposting the game rounds because you want to help us grow as well. Because you like coming and playing, and you like having these opportunities. It is awesome how we're growing, by the way. Like, we're really getting a lot of
easy game, my friend. Easy game. Now we have to push the whole ecosystem. It's just a challenge for me. It's just a funny life challenge. But since I'm on that, I have.
You got to.
Time. Yeah.
Do you have any metrics about how many are joining in percent-wise, or is that too early?
Well, we have metrics on the stablecoin account, but I really am not just a lot of following these metrics. I'm more focused on like an on-chain game, and I drop to guys like to PeaceLove, GP, and a lot of people can see like in Telegram group my vision on marketing. We'll discuss today.
Yeah, I actually saw that in the Telegram group. It's awesome stuff, man. I cannot wait to hear the feedback in the working group.
Yeah, but the problem of nowadays. Okay, we have a winner for Rucola game. It's bhasi.btc. Congrats, man. He was the first.
Let's go.
And let me check about like the Flutter's game, because in Flutter's game, I believe the.
You know what I would love to do, Zenny, if we can, if it's an easy way to compile it, if you could just send me a DM every day after the rounds with the winners and what they won, like who they want, what they won, and the amount, then I can include that on the morning post every day. Like,
yeah, it will be cool. Yeah, because people like really they love leaderboards. They love their names somewhere, and also,
right. So if we can just post every day who won yesterday, and then maybe Monday morning we'll do like a who won for the.
That's a cool idea, please. Because like in long future run, we can make like chronology, and if the game and the show becomes bigger, it means we can like identify these people, tell their stories, and they're just like early adopters, like elders.
Yes.
Will be.
Exactly.
We're really using our planet, and this is very, very wide, like legal game. I mean, like it's very honest game. It's unusual for today.
Right, and almost like it's got a beauty to the simplicity of it too.
Yeah. The simplicity is the most difficult and in the same time beautiful thing nowadays, because we have like too complicated. And I just want a couple words about like what you said about feedback, but it's boring. People just doesn't like explore something new, and I'm not blaming them, because like everyone just tired about the amount of information on the web. Every day you just reading and
Overwhelmed. Yeah, we're overwhelmed with information.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue our games. Let's play AI game since AI after meditation and reloaded. Now he's just going to laundry. We need to change his clothes. And we launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's
Again,
go.
because we have already winners.
Hello.
Second winner, we have a lot of whitelists who found. Congrats. The second winner is a cash cow. Congrats. We will provide the prizes after the game. We DM a new hunters, new people. Now let's find this location.
All right. So we are searching where we are in. Where are we?
Mexico.
Ah. Well, actually, is it Mexico or is it? Oh, yeah, it's still Mexico. Yeah. Right outside Villa Hermosa.
It's funny, I have the conversation with the group. I'm talking to AI all the day long. But I'm just keep the group, but I'm just try to ask him about fine turn. And he said, this is brilliant concept, but please make it on Telegram everywhere, because what if X platform that happens something with X platform, and it's very funny because growth on X platform, so he just defends our concept on itself platform.
Yeah, we should definitely make it cross. We can definitely do it cross-platform, because we can even just do it where we drop the YouTube video link in a Telegram group chat or a Discord and play that way, where they see the YouTube. They can actually just get the YouTube video in the Discord or the Telegram group and watch it live.
Yeah, in future. Okay, we have a winner, and it's Hanif.btc. He's a young new player. Congrats, he beats all the pros.
Let's
The
go.
crowd been played. I'm happy because he's an active player. He DMs us a lot. We cannot answer each DM, but he is really want to play. Okay, be ready. In 1 minute we launch the next game. It will be Leo game. Okay.
Hunters are on point today. They are finding these quick.
You can tell that. They are faster than me.
Seriously, man, you've been so quiet today. Not super quiet. Actually, that was a great question with Diego, by the way. Always a pleasure having you join us, man.
Yeah, I love talking about innovation and where I can be a soundboard, or it's not a soundboard. I like playing the devil's advocate.
Right. It's a role that fits me well too, but I can only do. It's good to have other devils advocating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing, as a devil advocate for Skullcoin, there is one problem I'm noticing, and that is that I win not that often anymore. So
How do we fix that?
Yeah,
Devs
how do we fix that?
Nobody never reach you in keyboard.
No, I don't think so.
No. I mean, you have more than 2 wins. 100 means 100, 120 maybe. I'm not sure. It's beyond imagination. Your win rate. Okay. So, what the next game we'll play? Let me check.
Is the drone one the collaboration between Flat and UAP?
Yes, some kind of.
Awesome.
Okay, let's play maybe the Bob game. Kill the wave. Mm. So the Ghibli images are here, they're ready for different pattern. You have to find the blue balcony with the red house near. And let me check starting location. Okay. We launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This game is a bit harder.
Come on, scum. Harder because it's the Ghibli image, or harder because it's farther away from the start?
Ghibli image, yeah, it's not so close, but it's a Ghibli. You know, you have to find exactly the blue building with like blue building with red building. And you have to look above to find the balcony. Crystal clear drop some location, but no, it's not right. There will be red and blue buildings. Yeah, I know Hunters, he doesn't like so much Ghibli, but we make it challenging a little bit.
Well, it makes it hard for the AI to cheat.
Yeah, nobody like tried to cheat so far, but if it become bigger, like if the prices will be like $100 per game, sure people will try, but yeah, they cannot like compete Ghibli or any
Right.
changes to the picture.
Right.
Okay,
Ghibli.
seems like we have a winner.
Oh.
Finally, the Dijon Ash get this one.
Let's go.
Congrats.
Let's go. Get back, Hunters. The next round will
Next
start.
1 minute we play Leo game. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give them a minute, and while we're taking a minute, I'm just gonna give a quick word about our amazing sponsors. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. Want to start earning yields today? Head over to stackingdao.com and jump in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And we got the Leo coin round coming up. For those of you that are keeping track at home, so far we've given away, or we've given you opportunities to earn 17,000 Bob token, 500 STX AI, 10,000 Flat Earth token, 1,000 Rue, and there's more coming. Share out the live stream. Make sure you're liking and sharing the game rounds. And go tell your friends about the Organized Media and Skullcoin and these awesome find to earn rounds that they can play every morning, Monday through Friday.
Okay, let's start the Leo. Who want to count down?
I'll do a countdown.
Let's go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. The game is launching right now. Refresh page now. Okay, we have the real game. Let's go. Find the dog and the gate. Not so hard one.
That's 50,000 Leo token up for grabs, fan.
Okay, we have more than 1,000 viewers. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
And we have UAP, the next game. Yeah, let me check. The last game before it will be very cool picture.
The UAP will only be 1 round a week.
1 round per week, right?
Right, 1 round per week for UAP.
Oh, it's, yeah, no problem.
That's just a bonus round to go with the flat earth. It's supposed to be with flat earth, but it doesn't. He doesn't mind. However we do it is fine. But definitely be on the lookout for more from UAP. Some collabs with flat earth coming and more stuff coming out of that as well. Some really cool things. Stay on the lookout. Make sure you're paying attention. Every single one of the coins that we're involved with that are sponsoring rounds on Find to Earn are also doing other things to expand the value of their projects for their communities and collaborating with other projects. So don't sleep on them. When you win, don't go jeet the prizes. Hold on to them if you can. You know, I mean, everyone's got to eat, right? I don't want to take food out of someone's mouth, but it doesn't hurt you to hold something you won for free.
Yeah, so we have a lot of players who found the winner is Isaac, but all of them found the place.
Let's go. Congratulations, Isaac.
Congrats.
Orange made a guess, but he was not first.
I was.
Orange, you feeling okay?
I'm always first.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. That's one of the quotes. To finish first, you first have to finish.
That's right. That's right. I didn't even find it, so who am I to talk?
I always finish first. Put it right over my head.
Okay, this is a very cool picture, but it will be Ghibli. Be ready.
How is the Giga Pepe doing, TP?
What was that? How's the Bitcoin Pepe doing?
The Giga Pepe.
Oh, the Giga Pepe. I hear there's a new website being designed for the Gigaverse. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure of all the details though. I'm excited about it.
Yes, dude, I'm getting set up, man. Got a GitHub, got a Netlify account, got my Gigaverse website getting cooked on. Back to connect wallet. Yeah, it's going well, man. Like, we're cooking.
Okay, everyone, get ready. We play the last game before jackpot, and it's a UAP game. So the winner will get 30,000 UAP. We play this game once per week like he said. And we launch it right now. Who wants to count down? Orange wants to count down.
Yes, of course.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's run.
Let's go. The game launched. Sunglass, you have to find this car track. There will be the green small person, really.
Very nice. Guys, don't forget to like and repost the game rounds.
Okay, we have two players who found Utopis and only one MS. Only one MS was the first.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we tried to make the game simpler, like it was on the same street but over the highway.
Great One's been killing it.
No, today only one MS won this one. Great One found it, but he was at first.
Only one MS has actually been. I haven't heard. Actually, he hasn't won in a couple of days, but he usually wears a lot.
Yeah, he's a grinder. Okay, we wait 1 minute and we launch the jackpot game. And we give you 4 minutes in jackpot. So no stress, no win, price goes tomorrow. You know the rules.
I think it's more than fair if you send me a clue already in advance.
Sure, man. Okay, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, I believe like everyone get ready. That's right. but it will be time limit game, as you remember. Let's go. We launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, 4 minutes you have to find this track, otherwise price goes for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Friday, and I believe we will drop the clue tomorrow if nobody find like today without the clue, because the track means like you just have to follow some road and be lucky.
This road makes me think of the store I did with a car in America.
Yeah.
Well, the road I'm on is US 212, so it's got to be the US. Out in South Dakota.
Is it north, east, west, south? I'm not familiar with the states. But
South Dakota is.
But the track is different, so we have, for example, Isaac who found the track, but it's not the right one. Not the right one.
Oh, what's that?
So this track has black color in his head. It's a black head track. Yeah, I see a lot of tracks. It's very cool.
I think I got the wrong truck, but I'm going to guess it anyway. My truck's red with a black cab.
Yeah, the same track was dropped by Isaac.
Good job finding it fast, Isaac.
Okay, we give you like 1 minute more, and we move the price to more, and we will give you like to more the clue if nobody found. But the price will become bigger, so everyone happy when prices become bigger. Yeah, seems like not so easy one, but in the same time, like you just have to go follow the roads and hit the road jack.
Many years ago, I was in my early 20s, and I met a guy. This was before Google, I think, even, or close. I met a guy who was working for one of the satellite radio companies. His job was to just drive around and get signal in different areas and test signal coverage. I'm reminded of that watching the car follow me around here. I did find one with a black cab, but I still don't think it's the right one.
Okay, seems like we have no winner, so the price goes for tomorrow. I hope tomorrow we get the winner with the clue.
All right. That was another awesome round of Find to Earn. So are we gonna try? You said you're gonna use the same one for tomorrow and use a.
No, I mean like there will be no new clue, new place. I mean like tomorrow we give the clue also.
So clue for tomorrow because we have a double jackpot round. Because today's a new jackpot. There's no clue. How about that? So it's a first. Because there was.
Yeah, I mean, like we're starting to give clue when we see like the hard to find, but in the very beginning to make jackpot grow, we dropped the location. It was not so close, but like it's a track. And trucks are big on roads. Okay, thanks everyone. Since I have to prepare for marketing call, I have to go. Thanks for playing.
Thank you so much for joining us, Zenny. Great episode. Lots of rounds. We are growing. And we'll talk soon about maybe how we can coordinate with the winners information. I can start doing that post every morning with the news.
That's a great idea. See you.
I like it. We'll talk soon. Hannah, you still with us? Maybe not. I was going to give you a chance to give us a final what's up. I know he's having some issues, and it's I think I know what the issue is. I'll chat with him offline. Another great day. What do you got going on today, Orange?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Well, and that's why I went to you first, because I know GP's got a lot, and I don't want to have to go at. This is what you guys got to get into for the day. Go ahead, GP.
So this is the schedule for today. Today at 1 p.m. ET, we have the first BNS Mastermind space hosted by Dark Dude. So jump into there. At 11 a.m. ET in the Stacking Now Discord, we're going to be playing Pokemon. We have a weekly Pokemon tournament where you can play Pokemon TCG Pocket to win different STSDX prizes for placing in the tournament, and for even participating. We have some NFT and STSDX for you. So, go in there and play and have your chance to win some NFTs and, some STSDX. We also have, a game today with my nephew. So I'll be going to the sidelines and cheering, maybe getting a little too rambunctious on the sidelines, cheering for my nephew. But that does not have anything to do with the Stacks ecosystem. But there's a lot going on in our ecosystem right now. Be in that BNS space at 1 p.m. ET. It is the first episode of that, and I think it's going to be a weekly space that's hosted by Dark Dude. So go check it out. Get into the Stacking DAO and Zest Discords. We have a based activity schedule that includes weekly contests. We've got a poker tournament going up this Saturday, so I'm gonna make a post about that.
I will register and try to make it.
Yeah, dude, too much going on all the time, bro. It goes down at 3 p.m. ET, and the
I know, but I
registration-
want to get in there and take some fake poker money from the homies. You know what I mean? Like I
That's
want to
what I'm
win. I
saying,
want the
dude.
bragging rights. I got
And then there's like if you place in the tournament, bro, there's some prizes to win. So get in there.
It's not
Yeah.
just bragging rights.
No, it's not just bragging rights, man. If you place one in first, second, or third, there's actual prizes. So go in there and play your heart out.
I'm sorry, that's the Zest or the Stacking Down. I forget which one. You're managing so many things right now.
Yeah, so that's in the Stacking DAO Discord that we do the Pokemon, like the card games and stuff like that. That's in the Stacking DAO Discord. Within the Zest Discord, we're doing the alpha and the content workshops and stuff like that. It's hard to keep up with. I know it is, but just get into both. That way you stay in the know about both the activity schedules. And one thing is for certain is that you should certainly get into the deorganized Discord, right? You want to jump into the deorganized Discord because we have the AI guild going on. People are learning about the tools that are going on, that are being developed, and the AI space just continues to excel in content creation.
The stuff that the chats
learn-
are coming up with too, like Hunter and Ball You Pick and all. I mean, Hero Gamer is really embracing it. All the guys, though, there's tons of guys in the group that are just cranking on stuff. Really great. So yeah, get into the Discord. Follow 300 if you're not following him. He's the AI dictator. I also gave him the AI assassin BNS name because I thought that was apropos. So he's also the AI assassin.
And
And,
go. Oh yeah, one more thing. On Zero Authority, I launched an SAI bounty for an AI marketing video for SAI or an animated piece on X. So go check that out. There's a new bounty for SAI where there's 60 STSDX up for grabs.
60 stacks. Very nice.
Multiple winners. So go to Zero Authority DAO. So that is zeroauthoritydao.com. To go check that out.
Lots of ways to earn, lots of ways to participate, and you get a payoff both in reputation and a little bit of financing. Also, just want to remind everybody at 11 a.m. is also the Bitcoin Pepe space. At noon is Bitcoin and Beyond with Melanie. So she'll be talking with what's her name from Liquidium? Robin. She'll be talking to Robin from Liquidium about his. I love the way Melanie does the interviews. We're gonna get to know a little bit more about Robin that we don't know now. So definitely tune in, catch that later, whatever. Get into the Pokemon tournament, get out for the BNS space at 1. All sorts of stuff going on today. And get over to the AI Guild in the Discord, in the Deorganized Discord, and get over to Deorganized Media. Set up your account. Lots for you to do today, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are Deorganized Media coming at you live on Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting every Monday through Friday. You all have a blessed day. Peace out.